This is my summary for the Sunday morning session of General Conference, October 2024. Jeffrey R Holland. The two great commandments are, love God and love thy neighbor. But what did Jesus actually say? Jesus said, if ye love me, keep my commandments. Jesus is all about obedience. Even when he felt abandoned by God, he still obeyed. God has given us an open book test. We already know all the rules. And God has given us prophet tutors all along the way. We just can't skip class. That doesn't work. Tracy Y Browning. For the longest time, we thought Pluto was a planet, but we just didn't have a full understanding of space. Asking questions is a sign of growth. We must be truth seekers, and we must seek with real intent. Obedience and covenant keeping are keys to spiritual guidance. But revelation never contradicts doctrine, and we must stay true to the knowledge that we already have. Basically, seek truth, but not too much truth. The right kind of truth. Brooke P Hails. You can communicate with deceased people through the Holy Ghost. Mortality works. My mom came into my office and visited me from the spirit world. This talk was so cringe. It reminded me of Lori Vallow in her final testimony when she said that she talked to her deceased son, whom she helped unalive. And it also reminded me of Tim Ballard talking to Abraham Lincoln. L. Todd Budge. The Lord's admonition to be still may be a reminder that we should focus on Jesus. The Lectures on Faith talks about us being still and noticing Jesus. But the Lectures on Faith also says that God has a spirit body and Jesus has a physical body, so that's confusing. We should approach our time with God with real intent. We should be studying our scriptures, going to sacrament meeting, and going to the temple. We need to spend time with Jesus. Gary E. Stevenson. Some of the best years in Mormon history were from 1820 to 1830. 1820 is when Joseph Smith had the first vision. But did he? And he saw God in Jesus. But did he? The days in Harmony, Pennsylvania, translating the golden plates, were days never to be forgotten. If you stay faithful and on the covenant path, you will have days never to be forgotten. Also, we opened 36 new missions. Look how our church is growing. Bradley R. Wilcox. Why must Latter-day Saints be so different from the rest of the world? There are other disciples of Jesus Christ that are not in this church, but they don't go to the temple and they don't do work for the dead. People in other religions just don't get it. We are the only children of the covenant. That's what sets us apart. Is it too much for God to ask you to live differently from everyone else? Does your birthright make you better than everyone else? No, but it does. Your commitments demand more of you, and that's how God will make more of you. Don't let the world change you when you were born to change the world. Henry B Iring. All of us have family who are being tempted and tried and who have left the church. When we have family who has ignored doctrine, it's tempting to be sensational in trying to get them to come back to church. But we must never go beyond teaching true doctrine. We need to choose to be simple in teaching things to our less active family members. One time, a woman in Berlin broke the law by teaching the gospel of Mormonism, and she was arrested. But she got out of jail right after that. Don't give in to your doubts. Turn to God. Cry unto him.